Hey guys, this is George. It's good to see you guys again here in the channel. In my last video I talked about the Eisenhower matrix, which is used to organize and plan tasks. But in this one I'm going to talk about how to set long-term objectives. The problem that I see in my generation is that many people don't have motivation, perseverance, or want to wake up in the morning. And I'm not saying that if you set goals, you're going to be happy every day, but this is probably going to help. Goals in general give us focus and direction. These objectives are the ones in which we're going to spend most of our time, energy, and money. So having clear objectives is crucial to be productive and efficient. Goals will also give us motivation. I normally describe motivation as the reason to wake up in the morning and not pressing the snooze button. Moreover, goals will help us to differentiate what is important to what it's not. Because believe me that many people don't know what is important and what is not. Because believe it or not, there's many people spending time doing things that don't add value to their lives, and this is just wasting time. Goals will also help us to measure progress towards success. As we keep achieving our objectives, we're getting closer to success. And again, whatever is success for you, because we know that this word is very broad and general. I'll explain now the reasons why, but for me the key factors to consider in goal setting are what I like, what I do best, and what I can do with my resources. The first point, what you like. This may seem obvious, but it's not. If I ask you, what do you want to do with your life? You're probably gonna say, I don't know, something that I like. Okay, but what do you like? And if you do not know what you like, at least know what you don't like. Try to eliminate these things that you don't really want to spend time with. Another thing that we should do is to try new things, to experience. Search on Google, on social media, with your friends, anywhere. Try to learn new things and to evaluate if we want to keep doing these things or to change. When we're in our 20s, it's time to learn. Another thing to consider in goal setting is our values. I highly recommend you to search on Google for core values and see with which ones do you identify the most. Then let's say that you like accountability, balance, solidarity, loyalty, or imagine that you really like to help people. Then you may want to be a nurse or a psychologist. I don't know, these are just examples, but make sure that your values are aligned to your objectives. After all the inquiry and all the experiences that you've been through, which activities bring you positive emotions? This is key to knowing if it's really worth it to keep pushing or not. The second point to consider in goal setting is what you do best. Another thing is asking people to receive feedback from your social circle, professors, family, friends, whoever knows you, for you to learn about what you do best. The third point is what I can do with my resources. But wait, what are resources? Well, we have personal resources, material resources, social resources, and time. Personal resources are the ones that can be attributed and controlled by an individual. To set long-term objectives, we need to know what we have. Do you have energy? What about your health? Your willpower? Are you organized enough to accomplish all the goals that you're writing down? If you're having depression right now, you cannot say that you want to be the happiest person on earth because this is simply not realistic. Knowing if we have material resources is very easy. These are the ones that we can see and have a practical use. Do you have money? Do you have a car? Or let's say that you want to start a YouTube channel. Do you have the camera or the laptop? But be patient. If you still don't have these material resources, have a plan to get them and then start with all your objectives. For example, starting a YouTube channel. Social resources are made up of all the people that can help you to be where you want to be. That is your network. This can be either your friends, your family, your professors, anyone that can help you to succeed. Even though time is a personal resource, I wanted to highlight this one because many times I hear people saying that they don't have time, and it's not about having more time. We all have 24 hours a day. It's about what you do with your time, knowing how to prioritize your activities. If you're doing something right now that is not going to help you in 5 years, just don't do it. It's a waste of time. Successful people, or the ones that achieve more of their goals, are not the ones that have more time, are the ones that manage their time wisely. These three factors are important, but what I think is the core in goal setting is the vision and the mission. As in the companies that they have vision and mission statements, we can also have them, our personal mission and vision statements. In a nutshell, the vision is what we want to achieve in the long term. Where do we want to go? This is an example of one. The mission, on the other hand, are all the things that you're doing in the present to reach your goals. Here you have an example of a good one. Another thing that I usually recommend people is to do a list of all the things that you want to do in your life. There's some people that do it for the next year. For example, in 2023, I want to do this, and this. But in this case, in my life, for example, being a football player in first division, starting up a business, reading 100 books, I don't know. You think about that. This list can have more or less 10 objectives that you really want to achieve in your life, and that will be aligned with your mission and vision and with all the objectives that you want to achieve. But before writing down these objectives, we need to know if these are feasible. In business, we normally study that the objectives have to be SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Many of you will already know the abbreviation of this word, but anyway, let's review it. When we say specific, we mean setting real numbers with specific deadlines. Rather than saying, I want to lose weight, let's say, I want to lose 3 pounds or 2 kilos or whatever by the end of July next year, for example. The second one stands for measurable. We need to make sure that our goals are trackable, that there's a way of measuring the results and therefore the progress, so we know in which phase we are. Our goals should also be attainable, especially to avoid frustration. Do we have a plan? Do we have a strategy to reach these goals? And also knowing what are the chances of reaching this goal. It's always good to be optimistic and ambitious, but the SMART objectives suggest that you should also be realistic. Why are we doing that? For what? Is this possible with our resources? We need to think about these things. And then the last one, time-bound. We have to organize, schedule, and set a due date for our goals to happen. I read a book recently that said that many people say that they want to be millionaires, but no one sets a due date for that to happen. If you don't do this, this is just going to be in your mind, but you're never gonna do it. This is very important. Set a due date with 25, with 30, with 35, with 37 and 6 months. Set a due date for these things. However, objectives will change throughout our lives. We need to consider that we're not going to be the same person in 20, 30 or 40 years. Our needs and wants will change. So let's do a brief conclusion of all the things that I said. First of all, we need to know what we like, what we do best, and what we can do with our resources. Second, we have to have a clear vision and mission. And then make sure that all our goals are SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. In addition, we can also do a list of more or less 10 objectives that we want to achieve in our lives, so we don't forget where we are heading. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you liked the video, and if you want me to talk more about other things related to personal growth and personal finance, please let me know in the comments, and see you in the next video.